The story kicks off with us seeing an ambulance taking a patient to the hospital. The man on the stretcher passed away on the way there. He was a young guy who had signed an organ donation form, which meant all his organs would be used to help someone else. Two doctors started the surgery to take out his organs. The man's skin was even tougher than a rhinoceros's hide. The doctors had a really hard time getting the organs out. After a bit, when the job was done, a nurse suddenly screamed and bolted out. When the doctors rushed into the operating room, they saw the patient was turning to ash and disappearing completely. Anyway, his heart was given to a young girl named Lisa. The weird thing was, her body didn't reject the heart at all. She got better in a flash. Within a day or two, the hospital even sent her home. But what was really strange was that a round mark appeared on her hand. The mark looked like a tattoo she never got. Lisa's dad ran a taekwondo gym. Lisa had always been super into taekwondo since she was a little kid. But during a match, she had a heart attack, and her dad got really scared. He wouldn't let her fight at all after that. One day, while her dad was chatting with the landlord, Lisa did a spinning kick on a punching bag. The punching bag ripped right through the ceiling and fell down. She never had that much power even when she was totally healthy. She wanted to test out her new strength. She went to the street, tied her shoes facing uphill, and then started running full speed like some superhero. She even left a guy on a scooter in the dust. For a second, she felt like she was so fast she was about to fly. But then, a downhill slope started, and it was tough for her to stop. A small truck was parked at the bottom. She hit it with so much force that she nearly flipped the truck over. After getting this new heart, she was way stronger. Someone secretly filmed her and put the video online. Her name was visible on her taekwondo uniform. A guy read her name and the name of the taekwondo gym and got there fast. He tried to snap a picture of Lisa from far away, but Lisa quickly got to him and grabbed him. The guy couldn't figure out how this little girl was so strong. He said she was too powerful and he couldn't get away. Right then, Lisa noticed that Tom's hand had that same weird mark. Tom told Lisa that he also got an organ from the same guy she did. He also got superpowers. He explained that a guy can donate 6 organs. That meant there were a total of 6 people who got superpowers. Tom wanted to find the other people with superpowers, and the day after meeting Lisa, they found the third person. That day, Lisa was secretly participating in a race because the winner was going to get some really expensive shoes. She easily beat everyone and won, then was checking out her new shoes. Just then, an older woman came up to them. She was giving out free drinks to people because she had a kidney transplant and was now totally fine. After this, the scene moved to a super fancy house. An old guy named Mino was lying there, pretty much on his deathbed. The patient's oldest daughter came out and called the doctor. "You said Dad was going to be fine now, but there's no improvement at all." But just then, the old man sat up in bed and said he was hungry and to bring him some food. He looked a lot better now. He also had a strange mark on his hand. It was clear that this rich old guy had superpowers too. Next, we see a young dude in an electronics store. He calmly snapped his fingers, and all the TVs in front of him went black at the same time. Wherever he went, the electricity would flicker. This guy's name is Zero. He crossed the street and went into a building. He used his powers to win everything on a gaming machine. Then he started buying luxury stuff with all the money he won. Zero was one of the 6 people who got the parts. He was totally taking advantage of this new life. His life was on easy mode, and he was having a blast. Then we see Lisa again. She was eating with Tom and that woman, Sophia, so they could explain their superpowers to each other. Tom said he got new lungs, so his power was tied to his lungs. If he blew hard, it could create a storm. But Sophia said she hadn't felt any power inside her. Tom told her, "Don't worry. Once all the special people get together, your power will just wake up on its own." Just then, the lights above them started to flicker. Right after that, Zero showed up. He already knew the 3 of them. He said that from a decent distance, he knows when another person has superpowers because he got the eyes in the transplant. Tom didn't really like this new guy. He even told Lisa that they can't just trust everyone like that. He said, "One of us is probably bad and wants all this power for themselves. We gotta be smart about who we trust." The next day, Lisa got a weird message on her phone. Zero had called her to a place for help. He got caught cheating on a game, and the casino's security guards wanted all their money back. "What, are you like Pikachu? You snap your fingers and mess with electricity." The 3 of them went to help him, but Tom didn't want to help. He scratched his leg and went to the bathroom because he wasn't a big fan of Zero. But the hero inside Lisa woke up. She said it was really important to fight against injustice. She took a straw from Sophia's drink and put it under Tom's nose. This made Tom let out a huge sneeze, and the wind that came out of his mouth was so powerful, it sent all the thugs flying. After this, we see that rich old dude, Mino, again. He got into an argument with his partner. Things got so heated that Mino grabbed his partner's neck and drained all the life out of him. The guy suddenly got really old, and Mino got a little younger. Mino then went and touched a plant, and he also drained all the life out of it, making it totally shriveled up. Next, we see John in a factory, putting pressure on the workers to hurry up. He told them they were going to have to work all night. A worker got mad and came up, saying he was being unfair and that it wasn't right to make them work so much. He asked, "Do we have lives too?" While they were arguing, an alarm suddenly went off. A worker had fallen from above because the safety wasn't good. When no one was looking, John secretly put his hand on the injured worker's wound. In just a few seconds, his injury was completely healed, but John felt a lot of pain and went off to the side to quietly deal with it. On the other side, the old man's daughter, Tina, had figured out that her dad's new power had to be from the transplant, so she told her people to quickly find everyone who got powers from that transplant. Soon enough, her assistant found all the people. At this moment, they were sitting on top of Sophia's drinks car, running away from a gang because the casino guys wanted revenge now. The assistant also saw this and immediately started chasing them. 3 cars were speeding down the road. Lisa was constantly pushing the car. She was driving it faster than the cars. She even left the cars way behind after a bit, but the casino guys weren't about to give up the chase. Just then, Tom took some drinks out of the car and started throwing them at the thugs. Some white liquid hit their windshields, which made them lose their way. The 4 of them got away from the thugs, but the car's speed was so fast that they crashed right into a BBQ restaurant. The 4 of them pretended like they were just sitting there waiting. "Why isn't a waiter coming?" they asked. They didn't come out of the restaurant until after dark. Tom started arguing with Zero, saying, "We all almost died today because of you." Their fight got so bad that they all went their separate ways. Lisa was really sad about the fight. She'd been on medical leave for a year. She hadn't gone to school and didn't have any friends. The time she spent with Tom and Sophia had become everything to her, and now everything was over. But then, the next day, after he had calmed down, Tom came to apologize to Lisa. He said too much when he was angry and to please forgive him. Lisa played it cool at first, but then said, "Okay." Now she made a plan to get all 4 of them together in one place again. Meanwhile, Tina's assistant showed her the recorded video, and Tina decided they had to capture these people. She said by taking the power from their bodies, they could make crazy powerful medicines that could cure all kinds of diseases. She'd become even richer. By then, Lisa, Sophia, and Zero had reached the meeting spot. During this time, Zero had also figured out who got the liver transplant. They were all just waiting for Tom. Then they would all go together to find this new person. Over at the factory, we see John talking to his boss, saying they needed to bump up the workers' safety a bit. But the higher-ups didn't care about the lives of these workers. The pressure on John was so high that he even skipped his lunch break to finish his work. But his tired co-workers went to eat. No one noticed that a nearby gas tank was slowly leaking. Outside the factory, our 3 superheroes were waiting for Tom. Just then, a huge explosion came from the factory. John was quickly getting all the workers out so that as few people as possible would get hurt. But sadly, one worker got stuck behind a safety door. Seeing this, John panicked. He grabbed his helmet and started smashing the window, but it wasn't working. Just then, Lisa showed up at the perfect time. She broke the door down with a powerful kick. She was also kicking away gas canisters that were flying around from the explosion. But the electronic security door inside was super strong. Now it was Zero's turn, and he opened the door with a single snap. Tom, even though he was late, had also arrived. The whole place was filled with smoke, and the injured people were hard to find. Just then, Zero snapped his fingers again and turned on everyone's phone ringtones. This gave Tom the location of all the workers. Tom was able to save them easily because he could take a deep breath and go inside. He had power in his lungs, so he could hold his breath for a long time. As soon as a worker was brought out, John immediately healed him with his power. But this was way too much for him, and he started coughing up blood. Sophia realized that the poisonous gas had gone into John's lungs. She went over and grabbed John's hand and Tom's hand with her other hand. She could link up everyone's powers. As soon as Tom's lung power went into John, John was totally fine. And Sophia also found out what her power was. Now the poisonous smoke was quickly filling the factory, so the group decided to get out of there fast. Everyone started to leave quickly, but then Sophia suddenly stopped halfway. They'd left Zero inside. After that, Tom quickly took a deep breath and went in. He found Zero, and everyone thought he was going to blow all the gas away. But instead, he started giving Zero mouth to mouth. Anyway, somehow they both got out. It was a little weird, but it worked. Zero got out safe and sound. After this, the 5 of them went to a nearby restaurant to eat. John told everyone that he got the power to save someone's life. He said he could take anyone's pain into himself. He said it hurts him a lot at first, but then he feels okay after drinking some water and resting. After working together on this mission and saving people, they all had a special bond. The next day, John went to the hospital to see his injured friends, but in the elevator, he ran into that old man. John worked at his company, so he saluted the old guy, but he accidentally showed the mark on his palm. Mino got closer and looked carefully, asking if it was a tattoo. John told him, "No, sir. I had a liver transplant a little while ago." After that, this mark just showed up on its own. But when Mino straight up asked him if anything else had changed inside him, John felt weird about telling him about the superpower, so he kept quiet and said, "No, sir, I just feel good, nothing else." Hearing this, Mino made a plan. Before leaving, he made sure to remember John's name and where he worked. That night, John was working as a driver to make some extra cash. His passenger was Tina's assistant. A little later, when he woke up, he was in a hospital. Tina told the doctor to quickly take out his liver, but before the doctors could start the surgery, Mino showed up. His intentions weren't so clear. He asked the doctor if a part of the liver could grow back if some of it was left. When the doctor said yes, Mino grabbed John's neck and tried to suck out his power. But he couldn't do it with John. He thought maybe his power was getting weak, so he tried it on a doctor standing nearby. The doctor immediately went from young to old and died. Mino understood that his power wouldn't work on people with superpowers. Mino said, "Cut out 90% of his liver and put it in me. Leave the other 10% so it can grow back in his body." Now he couldn't get the liver, so Tina told her team to go catch the other people with superpowers. Just then, Tom had just walked out of a store when some bodyguards in suits and ties pinned him against a wall. They were trying to knock him out by making him breathe in some anesthesia, but he wasn't breathing at all. Then they tickled him to make him take a breath, and that's when he passed out. Meanwhile, Sophia and Zero had also been attacked, and both of them were caught fast. Finally, Lisa was surrounded at her front door. Seeing the thugs, Lisa's dad said, "Sweetie, you just sit down. I'll handle these guys." But the master was only good enough to teach 14-year-olds now. To keep her dad's false confidence up, Lisa was secretly hitting those guys in a way that made her dad think he was doing all the fighting. Lisa's dad thought he'd beaten all the enemies, but Lisa was the one doing the real work. But now she was so fast that as soon as he would turn and look, she would be sitting calmly on the bench. When all the thugs ran away, Lisa's dad ran up to her and asked, "Sweetie, are you okay?" Lisa got away, but everyone else was trapped. Tina's people had caught them and locked them up in a jail where they couldn't use their powers. Meanwhile, after the liver transplant, the old Mino had the power to heal again. Now he was back in his prime. He looked younger than his own daughter. In a way, Tina was secretly waiting for her dad to die so she could become the owner of the whole company. But now, seeing her dad, she felt like she was going to die before him. Mino went home, took a shower, and was super happy to see his young body in the mirror again. Suddenly, everything went dark, and he was in a different place. A strange power was standing in front of him with its arms open. Mino went forward and tried to grab the power's hands, but the unknown force pulled him toward it. His face would turn young and old in a flash. After this, Mino angrily jerked his hand away. He realized that this was all happening in his head. The cut he got on his hand from the broken glass healed in an instant, but he still wasn't satisfied. Now he had decided he was going to get all the organs. He wanted everyone's superpowers. Now he wanted to be a god so people would worship him. Tina couldn't do anything against her dad's power. Mino broke into the jail Tina built and started beating up her people. They couldn't do a thing against his power. Mino quickly found the 3 people who were caught. At that moment, Zero was trying to snap his toes because his hands were tied up in a weird way. As soon as he managed it, 2 workers came up to him and started tying him up to take him away. Zero snapped his toes again and sent a message to Lisa, telling her his location. He snapped his toes again and also opened Sophia's jail door, but then the doctor knocked him out the next second. Meanwhile, Lisa was getting ready to save her friends. As soon as her dad found out about all this, he went with her. After beating the thugs in the last fight, he was full of blind confidence. The cornea had already been taken out of one of Zero's eyes. Luckily, he woke up in time, and his other eye was saved because his sudden awakening damaged the other eye. Instead of killing him, Mino left him with John. By then, John's liver had started to heal a little. John grabbed Zero's hand so he could heal his eye, which had been hurt. To show off his new power, Mino held an event where he invited people with incurable diseases. Everyone was shocked to see Mino's youth return. He showed off his power by smashing a wall that had a picture of his old self on it. But this just scared people. It didn't make them respect or worship him. So Mino immediately changed his plan. He grabbed a guy's hands who couldn't walk and, with the power he got from John, made him completely healthy. Then he went to a very sick girl and also made her totally fine. Now people were really looking at him like a god. Everyone got on their knees and bowed down in front of him. Just then, Mino felt that Lisa was coming. He snapped his fingers, and the path for them to get there opened up. Then, acting all dramatic, he sat on a huge throne and showed up in front of Lisa and her dad. Lisa saw him and immediately figured out that this guy was taking everyone's power, and without a second thought, she kicked him. Mino's hand actually broke, but as soon as he drank some water, the fracture healed quickly. Then Sophia and Tom also showed up. The three friends were together again. Mino said angrily, "Perfect. It's good that you all came together. Now hurry up and give me your organs." Lisa's dad was still full of useless confidence and walked toward Mino, but Mino just waved his hand and sent him flying. Lisa used her quickness to save her dad so he didn't get hurt too bad. Then a huge fight broke out between Lisa and Mino. Both of them had superpowers. There were massive explosions. Their fight was causing destruction all around them. Poor Lisa only had the power of one organ, but Mino had the power of three, and he quickly started beating Lisa badly. Now Tom and Sophia ran to him. Tom blew hard at Mino, and he fell far away. This move made Mino super mad. He hit Tom hard on the forehead with his finger, and he fell down unconscious. Then Mino grabbed Sophia, but Sophia started draining his power. Seeing this, Mino was shocked. He found out that Sophia could transfer powers. He said, "Give me the power of the others quickly. I won't even need to steal the organs." But just then, Zero and John showed up. Now all five of them were together against Mino. Mino gathered his power to finish them all at once. Lisa was standing right in front. She whistled to signal Tom. Tom got it and sent a huge gust of wind at Lisa. This gave Lisa a major push, and she hit him even harder. There was no way to fight alone, so everyone put their power together to support Lisa. But Mino was way more powerful. Mino was also controlling the electricity around him with his power. Zero was also snapping his fingers and attacking with the nearby electricity. But this wasn't enough to beat Mino. Soon, the hall's huge pillars started to break. The statues began to fall. The steel structure underneath became visible. But below, everyone was busy worshiping their new god. Mino got hurt, so he took the water on the floor and healed all his wounds. He threw everyone around like they were balls. Then he started to choke Lisa with one hand. Blood started coming out of Lisa's mouth. Then he reached for Sophia, but the five of them grabbed Mino together, and Sophia quickly put his healing power into Lisa. Now Mino had lost his power to heal. Meanwhile, Lisa was now way more powerful than Mino. She beat up Mino like she was hitting a punching bag. A little later, Mino fell to the ground out cold. The building started to collapse on all the followers sitting below. The building structure was falling, so everyone else worked together to hold it up. But during this, Mino saw his chance and lunged again, trying to steal their power. But in the end, Lisa's dad did a spinning kick, and Mino went flying. They took all the power out of Mino, and he quickly got old. Now he was sitting on the same throne he used to come up. Zero snapped his fingers and sent him back down in front of everyone. And when his followers saw the true face of their god, the truth was out for everyone to see. In the end, Mino lost everything. If you had the chance, which of these superpowers would you choose? If you liked the video, like it and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. If you liked the video, like it and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one.